eyewitness video shows the aftermath of a deadly shooting in Willowbrook, Illinois, just after midnight Sunday. Police vehicles surround a parking lot where at least 20 people were shot, one of them fatally, during a Juneteenth celebration that had gone into the early hours. Police say they are still investigating the motive and number of shooters involved. Here's Deputy Chief Eric Swanson from the DuPage County Sheriff's Office.
Shortly before 12:30 a.m. on Sunday, June 18th, DuPage County Sheriff's deputies were in the area of Honeysuckle Rose Lane and Route 83 and heard numerous gunshots fired and responded to an area where a large gathering of people was happening.
The group had gathered in the area 24 miles outside of Chicago to celebrate Juneteenth, the newest U.S. federal holiday that commemorates the emancipation of enslaved Black Americans. One local resident described the chaos following the shooting.
There were sirens coming from every direction. There was just hundreds of cop cars from all the way at the light at 91st, just down here. It was just a lot.
Email exchanges from inside the BBC, they talk about the risk of violating Indian laws. It's easier to rake up the freedom of speech debate, but does it give anyone a free pass to knowingly violate the law? America supports India because it needs India's support in return. And India is working with the US because it suits India's interests. This is how geopolitics works. Last night, he diffused a crisis with his defense minister. But today, Netanyahu was confronted with a new problem. His cabinet seems to have rebelled against him. The UK is looking at the Indian subcontinent to fill its coffers. That India seems to be negotiating from a position of power, like a partner and not a former colony. The US and Russia are dangerously close to an armed conflict. This year, 2023, New Delhi will be the capital of global diplomacy. For a country as diverse as ours, with 88% of the population illiterate, it was a very big deal to write a constitution, and that too, the world's largest. Meanwhile, if we may, here's a Republic Day gift from India for the BBC. A list of suggestions for the BBC for their upcoming documentaries. Number 1, the Kohinoor and the colonial loot. Number 2, an outdated monarchy and unhealthy obsession with the royals. Number 3, racism in 2023. We're waiting.